is this entitled, egotistical, higher-than-thou celebrity who will stomp on whoever and do what she pleases.
Seems like a rather shitty person.
An old clip of Blake Lively throwing a fit on the red carpet is suddenly making the rounds again. Blake was out with Ryan Reynolds at the Amfar Gala in New York. Cameras were flashing, the crowd was buzzing, and then Blake turns to a group of photographers and snaps, "I want all your names. I'm gonna kill you." Now, before you start thinking this was some full-blown celebrity meltdown, here's the twist. Her freakout was over a hair clip, she accidentally stepped out with a styling clip still stuck in her hair, and she completely lost it. Later on, Blake's powerful team suppressed the whole thing, and the images and clips of her throwing the tantrum were removed almost from everywhere. But she can't hide everything. In a resurfaced 2016 interview, journalist Kirsty Flya called interviewing Blake a total nightmare. She claimed Blake gave rude responses and acted like she couldn't be bothered. But the real jaw-dropper? When Kirsty congratulated Blake on her little bump, Blake snapped back with a sarcastic, "Congratulations on yours," calling the journalist fat.
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
What about
At first, it seemed like a typical Hollywood diva moment, but the plot thickens. Kirsty later revealed she was struggling with infertility at the time, making Blake's comment feel like a bullet. When this clip resurfaced, fans were shocked.
With you, it took me a while to actually get over it. It affected me for a while because it made me nervous when I was interviewing other people after that, and I blamed myself for it for a long time because I felt like I did or said something wrong. And that's the reason why I waited so long.
A day after the infamous Little Bump interview went viral, fans started dragging Blake over yet another hard-to-watch moment. This time, she was sitting down with DP30 to promote All I See Is You. And let's just say, it was awkward. When the interviewer asked if she felt free to try everything in the film, Blake rolled her eyes and interrupted with a laugh, snapping, "What does that mean?" The poor journalist tried to clarify, referencing her previous comment about not singing, but Blake just had to get offended.
So do you feel free now to try everything? What is the next 5 years of, well, in terms of trying, I mean, do you
see the movie?
I did see the movie. But I mean,
We're going to give you a pop quiz at the end.
In another interview, Blake actually got into a full-on debate with the interviewer over why he didn't bring her a gift. She wasn't exactly mad, but she wasn't letting it slide either, with a playful but persistent attitude.
Tell me the impetus of why you didn't bring the present.
I wasn't sure what you'd be craving. What are you craving?
No, not about craving. I'm a normal human being. I eat food.
The interviewer, clearly caught off guard, tried to laugh it off and suggested that maybe a gift would have depended on her pregnancy cravings. But again, the playful banter turned cold real quick as she shut it down on the spot. No smiles, no giggles, just a firm nope. The whole exchange was awkward, and you could tell the interviewer immediately regretted bringing it up. Maybe Blake tries to be funny, but it often looks cringy.
What do you like to eat?
I like, I've never been pregnant, but I imagine if I wasn't pregnant.
But why are you differentiating? We're
Because
human beings. We all like food. What do you like? What do you love?
What do
you like?
I like cookies.
You like cookies
like
from where?
pizza.
What's your favorite cookie?
My favorite cookie would be my mom's cookies, actually.
So next time, I want your mom.
Another interview where Blake was way out of then line has started making waves, and this one might be the most awkward yet. During a sit-down with It Ends With Us cast members, Blake Lively casually called author Colleen Hoover a bitch, right to her face. In the middle of a lighthearted chat with Nikki Novak, Blake suddenly dropped the unexpected insult.
So Blake, you've heard of a blank stare. You've heard of the expression, a blank stare?
Is it the Colleen bitch face you're talking about?
Oh, and if you didn't already know, Blake Lively clearly thinks she's above the law and wants the court to play by her rules. Hard to believe, right? But get this. She actually refused to let Justin Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, question her. And she's not just saying no, she's taking it to court to make sure it doesn't happen.
Blake Lively's lawyers are now saying they don't want Brian Friedman to depose her.
According to reports, Blake's legal team straight up objected to Friedman being the one to take her deposition. And they weren't subtle about it either. This was all laid out in a letter filed on January 30th in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. How entitled one have to be to think that they can choose the lawyer who questions them in the court. And when Baldoni's other lawyer, Kevin Fritz, asked for a reason, Blake's team wouldn't even explain. The only thing they said? It was because of some unspecified statements Friedman made in the past. Like, what does that even mean? Of course, Baldoni's team is not buying it. In the letter, Fritz called them out, making it crystal clear. You don't get to pick and choose which lawyer questions you in a lawsuit. Basically, he's saying, Blake is out here trying to make her own rules, and the legal system doesn't work like that. Friedman is one of Hollywood's most feared lawyers, and if he's coming after you in court, yeah, good luck with that.
I just, the audacity and the entitlement of thinking that you can choose we're not going to be deposed by him. Now, if there was some personal history or something, I mean, he'd be thrown from the case. He wouldn't be on that. There'd be, conflicts of interest, whatever. If there was a justified reason, but because he said mean things, like he's the lawyer defending the guy that you've made mean comments about as well.
Blake Lively has also proved that she is a liar. So a while back, Blake mentioned having Cherokee ancestry, and at the time, people kind of just let it slide. But now, with all the scandals surrounding her, folks are digging it back up, and let's just say there's no proof to back up her claim. Not a single record, not a shred of evidence.
Southern California. I'm English, Irish, German, and Cherokee.
And in Hollywood, this isn't just a minor slip-up. People are calling her out for allegedly faking indigenous heritage just to get a commercial. And let's not forget the Blake Lively's It Ends With Us promo tour. Fans were already skeptical about her playing Lily, but the way she handled the marketing, a total mess. Instead of addressing the film's serious theme of domestic violence, Blake treated it like a fun little rom-com. In interviews, she barely mentioned the heavy storyline. She was too busy talking about her outfits and her personal brand.
Has been the best part in making this particular movie?
I've noticed so many beautiful crystals on teeth. Is that a big fashion thing? We should make braces out of these. That would be so. Everyone would look forward to having braces. That would be smart. Okay, that's not what you want to talk about. Okay.
No, we wanted to hear what has been the best part about making this particular film for you guys.
All of it. I mean, about teeth gems. Yes, that was really the highlight.
Behind the scenes, more troubling stories emerge. According to recent reports, things weren't so glamorous behind the scenes of A Simple Favor. Barbara Seaman, an assistant director on the 2018 film, didn't hold back when sharing her experience working with Blake. She claimed the actress was so cruel on set that it literally drove her to tears, multiple times. The situation was so bad that Seaman eventually quit, saying Blake wasn't just tough on her, but cruel to many. These allegations resurfaced just as the sequel, Another Simple Favor, was announced for May 1st, 2025. In another resurfaced 2008 interview from Paley Fest, Blake Lively threw some serious shade at her Gossip Girl co-stars. While discussing her conditions for joining the show, she mentioned that in the original books, Chuck Bass had a pet monkey with matching outfits. Blake quipped, "I would love to be part of the show, but I can't act with a monkey." Then, gesturing to her castmates, she added, "Well, I got a few of them." Leighton Meester's face said it all. She was not amused.
That she'd agreed to star as it girl Serena Vander Woodson in the teen drama.
It was another promise was no pet monkey. Chuck has a matching pet monkey with coordinating outfits, and I was like, I would love to be part of the show, but I can't act with a monkey. And then I got a few of them.
In another resurfaced clip from a Gossip Girl panel discussion, Blake made a jaw-dropping comment that had everyone gasping. While chatting about the show's characters, the conversation veered into some cagey territory. Blake, with a mischievous grin, gestured towards Leighton and quipped, "Well, some of us started in a cage."
That was a lot of information about cages, and I'm sorry, I was still thrown off by that stuff.
He was like, wow.
Who else didn't want to act in a cage?
Well, some of them started in a cage.
Yeah.
Now, if you know anything about Leighton's past, let me tell you, this wasn't just some random joke. Leighton was actually born while her mother was serving time in prison, making Blake's little joke feel real personal. The room fell silent. You could cut the tension with a knife. And Leighton's reaction? Stone. Cold. She didn't laugh. She didn't react. She just sat there, looking over it. Now, here's yet another story coming out. And this time, it's about how Blake Lively allegedly acted behind the scenes on Gossip Girl. A former production assistant, Ewood, who worked on the show back in 2010, is now speaking up about his experience with Blake, and let's just say, it wasn't great. He was just 23 at the time, running simple errands like delivering water bottles to Blake and Leighton Meester. But while Leighton greeted him kindly, Blake? She completely ignored him. No hello, no eye contact, just straight up cold. And apparently it wasn't just him. Ewood claims that Blake treated the crew like toddlers, throwing tantrums whenever things didn't go her way. He said if she wasn't getting exactly what she wanted, she'd start making a scene, basically acting like she was still in high school, bullying people just because she could. So, what do you think? What's going to become of Blake after this lawsuit? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next juicy celeb breakdown.